My name's Dr. Newton Kinity, and today I wish to commend the Generation Z for doing a commendable job of forcing the Kenya executive to accept the mistakes that were in the 2024 financial bill. I also want to commend President William Ruto for accepting for the first time the mistakes he did in the 2024 financial bill. But he has done so many mistakes since he got into office in 2022, and I wonder whether he is sincere in his apology, or probably he is just doing so to cool down the tempers of Generation Z. I always wonder why President William Ruto does not listen to courts of law and does anything he wants to do. Example of this is the failure to listen to the three important officers in Kenya: the Office of the Controller of the Budget, the Office of the Auditor General, and the Office of the Chief Advisor of the Government. These three offices have tried their best to advise President William Ruto and his government. Ms. Margaret Nyakango, the Controller of the Budget, revealed just recently that the salaries of the registrators, the public workers, had been trampled during the last budget of 2023. She also revealed that the money borrowed had not been used for any project. Yet, instead of applauding her for trying to advise the government, she was arrested on fake charges. The Auditor General did the same. She tried to advise the government on the misappropriation of funds, and the Chief Economic Advisor, David D., also advised the government against extravagance of the public resources. But nothing the executive did to correct those mistakes. Nevertheless, the government proceeded to effect affordable housing tax on the workers despite the objection by the workers and despite a court order. All this portrays an element of brutality on the Constitution, on the people of Kenya, and an abuse of the Kenya Constitution. Today I wonder why the IMF, the World Bank, and President William Ruto go by taxing Kenyans instead of correcting the mischief of corruption, of looting public funds. Because the biggest problem in Kenya is not lack of taxations, it is corruption. It's about the looting of public funds. Sorry to say, President William Ruto, as soon as he ascended to presidency, he withdrew all corrupt cases of his friends, which were pending in court, and he absorbed all of them in his government. I do not know what anyone would have expected from a government of William Ruto with the composition of all those who had looted public funds before, and all those who had had cases pending in the court of law. And more so, no one will understand why President William Ruto withdrew all those cases from the court. It's pathetic, it's annoying, and Kenyans have to wait to see how sincere William Ruto is on his promise to correct the mischiefs that have been in Kenya. In addition to that, I would like to request President Biden, from whom President William Ruto drew his courage and his impunity to kill innocent Kenyans, to condemn the killings, because without the support of William Ruto, probably William Ruto would not have gone to that extent of killing so many Kenyans. I also advise the ICC to stay alert, because we do not know what is in store in President Ruto's mind about Kenyans and how much harm he might do later to Kenyans if they picket according to the Constitution, something that William Ruto is always against. Thank you. God bless Kenyans. God bless our nation of Kenya. And I'm going to talk about the grand march that is going to take place on July 7th, 2024. The Kenyan workers who have suffered terribly from the tax deductions from their salaries have been crying for help for months. Apparently, the workers are at the mercy of President William Ruto and the Kenyan Parliament, who disobeyed the ruling of the court, which dismissed the affordable housing tax, terming it unconstitutional. Despite the court ruling over the affordable housing tax deductions from the Kenyan workers' salaries, President William Ruto disregarded the court ruling and went further to effect the deductions by force without the consent and the authority from the workers and against the court order. The salaries paid to the workers are not gifts or presents. The salaries are money earned by the workers after hard labor. Forcing deductions from the salaries of the workers without their authority is a crime similar to armed robbery of a bank or robbery of a home. President William Ruto and the Kenya legislatures committed a crime by forcing the deduction of the affordable housing tax from the workers' salaries without their authority. I therefore call upon all the workers and their representatives in Kenya to prepare themselves for the grand march in order to demand that the affordable housing tax is scrapped unconditionally, and to demand that all the money that has already been deducted from the workers' salaries in the name of affordable housing tax be refunded to the workers. At the same time, the workers will demand that the notion of replacing
the permanent and pensionable terms of service with the contractual terms be dismissed, and all the retired workers to be paid their retirement dues that have been pending for months. I also call upon the Kenyan police to disobey any orders to disrupt, to beat, and or to tear gas the Kenyan workers who are their comrades' workers out of uniform, but who are suffering in the same fate as the police officers in Kenya. The July 7, 2024 protest will be a peaceful one because it is only aimed at protesting the already infringed rights of the Kenyan workers. Thank you. God bless Kenya, and God bless the Kenyan people.